Hey YouTube, just haven't done a video in a while on Turo. I've been doing a lot of videos around my new Alfa Romeo that I purchased, but so I've gotten some responses of that I mentioned before. Should I list my car on Turo? What car should I list? Um, what are some of the pricing models that I should use to rent my car? The biggest one now that's been out there is really what insurance you should cover. Should I get the premium? Should I get the standard? All those different options come with different payouts, percentages that Turo takes. Um, the new biggest one is what services can prepaid services can I list? And this is what my video, quick bulletin is about. And really, the some of these prepaid services, if you price them right, are really, I think they're really valuable to both the host and to the renter. And ultimately, what makes this platform so great is really the service that we provide to our renters, which is totally different than what an Enterprise or Hertz, I probably shouldn't even mention those names, what other rental car providers actually will, this value that they drive or they present to their customers. So I can talk about that a little bit because I worked for one of the larger rental car companies for about 3 years, so I'm very familiar. In fact, was a huge fan. Obviously, this was way before the Turo days, but one piece of advice that I want to give you: if you're doing these prepaid services, obviously you want to be able to price them out very, very specifically to what or to cover your cost. And I mean that's simple. I mean understanding what the cost is to fill up your gas in your state at the premium or whatever gas that you use. That's important to have, obviously, that cost and understand what that is, so you can put that back to the actual renter. So you don't want to charge too much, and then you also don't want to charge too little because that will eat right out of your revenue. But one piece that I did learn, and I learned it the hard way, right? So the only prepaid service that I offer is the pre-cleaning fee. I think Turo, if you go to Turo and I was to mark down that you needed to pay for cleaning, I think Turo charges you $30. So practically, I mean, I know what my cost is if I take it to a touchless car wash, which is roughly about $25. So that's really what I charge. That doesn't even count me and the mileage and the gas that I spend to drive all the way to the car wash, but that's my price. I think it's a fair price. It's not too much and it's not too little. But what I've learned today is not everything is equal. So what I mean by that is, my pricing I think is very competitive. I think it's very fair. I would say probably, 2 out of 5 of my renters actually choose the prepaid car wash plan. But it's not actually as great as it seems, because what I've learned today from my rental that just ended yesterday. So first of all, my renter, like most of my renters, are amazing renters. I don't have much complaints about really the condition that they bring back the car, minus the people that smoke inside of it. But that's a whole nother video. But what I've learned today is that if you put down a prepaid plan specific to a car wash, you are locked in at that price. So what I mean by that is, if it's just a normal car wash, you take it to the touchless car wash, run it through, you pay the $25 and you're done. Good, great. You have a clean car. It's cleaner than what it was before. But what happens if your renter, no fault to his own, drives through a newly paved road, right? Which happens all the time, whether it's a renter or whether it's me. So when the car was returned, after inspection, I noticed all through the front wheel wells, which is really particular because not so much of the back, but more of the front. There was tar caked all up through the wheel well, all 180 degrees of that. And then there was splotches of tar all alongside of my car. So my car is actually a Mercedes matte, so it's not a paint, it's not a wrap. That's just how Mercedes painted the car. So it's a very particular type of car wash, right? You're actually not even supposed to use normal soap. You're supposed to use matte soap, so you don't dull the color and so forth. And the special soap actually makes the car pop a little bit. But you know, I don't use that all the time. The matte soap I will use at touchless car wash sometimes, especially now in the winter when it's cold and I'm not going to be doing a hand wash. So, but what I've learned is that there is no additional coverage to the host once you've already charged the renter $25. So if you got, in my case, got a car returned that the wash would be additional, the $25, right, just covers a car wash, I'm going to actually have to either do it myself, or if I took it to a car wash, I would have to pay the additional cost for tar removal. So based on what I saw in my paint, should I do it myself? Probably I could freeze my hands, and I guess I could use a warm bucket of water. But the case being, if you had an SUV and that person just went out and rode through the mud and got the car, you know, all caked dirt up inside the chassis, all through the wheel wells, and you charge that renter $25, $25 is what you get. Doesn't matter if that exceeds what the car wash or detailer is going to charge you. Once you put in that particular add-on and you put $25, that's what you receive. So how do I know this? Because I went to file a cleaning fee beyond the $25 that I charged, and basically had a long chat, because they don't offer phone service support for this particular, does not offer phone service, it's all over chat. And they told me that I was not eligible for any additional funds beyond the 25. The reasoning is that they've already paid the 25 and it's locked in. There's nothing you could do. So I didn't take that answer as a final answer. Actually requested a supervisor. Again, there's no phone. There's no actual communication. And I basically spoke with someone through chat. That's the only option they give you. They send you a link to your phone, and then you pop it up and you just start chatting, right? I got the same pretty much stamped message, and that's pretty much your SOL. And so when I did ask to speak with the supervisor, obviously there was no one available for the phone. I just got an email, so I will give them props on timing. So roughly about 3 hours later, I got an email stating that yes, you are screwed, and you will have to either clean it yourself or incur the additional charges, as Turo nor the guest will provide you any additional funds. So what does that mean? It should be, I guess, maybe in the 30s, 35 degrees. So I will be out there with warm water, some microfiber towels, and I guess possibly a power washer to get under the wheel well to get all of the tar off. And let me just say this: I'm not going to supply you guys with any pictures, but if it was just a couple streaks of tar, I could do that pretty easy. But it's actually looks like almost like a shotgun. There's just bits and pieces of tar caked all through the wheel well. So it's not even like it's just a peck here and a peck there. It's basically splattered all through the wheel well. So it looks like little rocks, black rocks stuck all through there. So that's what I will be doing. But anyways, this was a short video to say, hey, if you guys are going to use those add-ons, use them wisely and really know what that coverage means. So I mean, obviously, if you did the prepaid fuel and you were only charging $30 and it ends up being, to fill the car because the prices changed or gas went up or whatever it may be, it was 35. I mean, obviously, you're not going to get that additional 5. That's on you. I just wasn't aware that the cleaning fee was the cleaning fee. So ultimately, to protect myself, I would basically need to take off the cleaning fee. That way, if a car came back unsatisfactory to the way that I gave it to them, then I had the right to go back and say, hey, it's a $25 cleaning fee, or in this particular case, it's an additional $10 or $15 that I will need to pay the car wash to take the tar off. So anyways, guys, let me know if you have any questions, if you have any better ideas, or if you think I'm just complaining and that it's just no big deal. I should go out there and take care of it myself. I will let you know that I kind of do feel that way. My mom always told me if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. But when it starts to eat into your revenue, in your time, I don't do this full time, so both it's going to take time and money, additional money for me to do this. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. Comment below. Obviously you might just say just suck it up and do it, and I don't know, or you might agree with me that might feel that Turo should offer a little bit better support. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions.